he's too right wing. He stays where he is. I think
it's quite simple. Raphael's in a kind of left back position, so he plays that till the ball's clear to you. And Valencia's in a right back position. You play that till the ball's clear.
It's fundamental defending, isn't it? You say to any young defender, that's your job there. When we can see we're a corner against, that's your job. When we clear the ball, you can go back to your position.
Do you know what?
You certainly don't gamble on a counter attack if you haven't cleared the ball.
So Raphael's actually turned his back on the ball as well. As he's making a well from left back, where he would have stopped the ball getting played, he's actually turned his back on the ball and doesn't know what's happening.
What's he doing there in the first place? I know you're going to say marking your post, but isn't it more natural that somebody else does?
Well, you're probably thinking Valencia's better when the ball comes in the box. He's in an area at the front post there. I think it's the front post there. They can maybe clear it. Maybe because they're lacking numbers, Valencia's went and picked somebody up. I think you say he was picking Eto'o. And probably say, well, he's a better marker there. And that's why. And that happens. You put players in positions at corner kicks which doesn't exactly suit right back, left back.
Yeah.
But until the ball is cleared, you do not switch about and go, I'm a right back, I better get out of here. And for all the hard work, you know. For all the hard work Man United to put in and all the good play, that has probably killed the game for him.
I think if there was a defender marking Eto'o, because defenders know defenders, he would have stayed. That's his job. And sometimes, ideally, you don't want to put an attack-minded player marking an attacker if you can.
The Welbeck chance, is that the difference between Chelsea and United right now? The difference between United now and maybe 5 years back when they had really top-class forwards in this same position?
Well, I was going to say to the guys, do you think, is it simplistic enough just to say that had Rooney and Van Persie been playing up front, United could easily have been in the lead in this game?
Well, I think Rooney or Van Persie scores from that. Yeah. For me, I think, all right, there's pressure from Aspilicueta, maybe there's a hint of maybe a heavy contact there, but I just think Rooney or, all right, there's contact there, but normally a United striker of Rooney or Van Persie's quality, that's in the back. And then you see David Moyes he's disappointed. He's expecting that to hit the back of the net.
Because at this level, they've got to go in, haven't they? When you get those chances.
Well, I thought United, for moments in the first, I told them before we kicked the ball here, and said they've lost that little bit of swagger, but they had it in certain moments. Before Chelsea scored, they played some good football, and they were aggressive offensively. But then sometimes when you luck's out, it's out, and you know it's a huge deflection for Chelsea. For Jones's poor defending, it's still a huge deflection, and then you start thinking it's going against us no matter what we do, we're not going to score. But the second goal's a poor one as well, to be fair.
I know they're trailing, but one or two very unhappy faces I felt coming off at half time. Didn't you?
Well, they'd be flat, absolutely flat, Richard. They'll go off there thinking we've had a lot of the ball, we've had a lot of chances, we've caused them a lot of problems. You know, we've kept the three musketeers, as Gordon said, fairly quiet. They haven't really. Azar's had a couple of little times where he sparked and done some brilliant stuff, but that apart, nothing from Oscar really, nothing from Willian. So they've kept most of them very, very quiet. And I think they'll be absolutely gutted that they'll get in 2-0 down.
If there's a change, if Darren Fletcher is preparing to come on, what are they thinking about?
Well, they've got Hernandez warming up, they've got Fletcher warming up.
They're all there.
They're all there. I mean, listen, Phil Jones was in there to do a job, and he's done a pretty decent job. As Gordon pointed out, they stopped his service getting through to him. Carrick and Jones have blocked it off really well, got in the line of passes, made life difficult for Chelsea. But that's not what's needed now. They need someone who can create something. So they may sacrifice Jones to get someone on who's a little more creative.
This is what happens when management in cricket. It's not about coaching. I like to coach, but it's all about making the big decisions.
Yeah.
And David's now got big decisions in front of the world. It used to be this way, but it's in front of the world now. His big decisions again, and he's got to say, do I stick with this because it was all right, it was good, or I have to change something. That's big decision time. That's what management's all about at the top level.
Can be a lonely place. David Moyes with big decisions to make as Manchester United trail at Stamford Bridge 2-0 at half-time. He's happy enough. Well, he expected it, didn't he? He planned for it, Mourinho, and it's all going his way.